Murray now on first down. And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. First carry for James Conner. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Throwing now is Murray. And this will be swung out here for Conner. And he's got this down to the 35. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. 1st down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Jamin Davis there to bring him down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Murray a give. This is Conner. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Here's Murray. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
On the handoff, Conner. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Murray going to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down. Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Thomas has got it, complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Fitzpatrick now. Slings this deep from McLaurin. They've got his man complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 69 yards. And Washington has taken the lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Set to return it. Here's Moore. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain.
10 yards on the pickup in second and inches at the 33-yard line.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Play fake. Murray. And Daniels has it left side. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And this is good for a first down. His second grab of this NFC Championship bout. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with counter. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Second and 6. Here's Murray. To Connor on the check down. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Shotgun now from Murray. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. A beautiful fake. And down to the 15. I'll tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
And that is incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
And he's going to be stopped up just short of the first down at the Cardinals' 14. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Throwing Fitzpatrick. A throw to the flat here from McKissick. Touchdown! J.D. McKissick. A 14-yard touchdown. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. It seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Moore now to return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Murray giving to Connor on the draw. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. From the gun, Murray. And he's got the hook up to Moore. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Murray now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Now Breida on a toss left. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Now Murray. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Fitzpatrick going to give to Gibson. He'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Two minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. On 3rd and 1, here's Fitzpatrick. And Thomas has it. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Fitzpatrick to his tight end, Thomas, for the Washington 1st. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake here, Fitzpatrick. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 25 yards that time. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
After the turnover, here's Murray going deep for Hopkins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
He'll dump this one off to Connor. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too. As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Murray to air it out again. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down. Murray now. And it's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Prater's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation to kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
The previous run good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Now it's a bootleg with Fitzpatrick.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
On second down, here's Gibson again.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Fitzpatrick on 3rd and 2. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Tressway now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
7 yards, the pickup there. Second down and 3.
To throw, it's Murray. Flush to his right. They'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that looks like an extra step was involved.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Here's a handoff to Connor. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
On 2nd and 9, Murray.
And this is caught by Williams.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 18.
The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down. On first down, here's Breida. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They run again with Breida. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he'll go underneath here to Breida. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the...
Touchdown, Cardinals! Christian Kirk from 13 yards out.
And the Cardinals have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that challenge, a successful one. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Come on. James Conner
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Cardinals are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this one likely on the short list for Game of the Year candidates. And boy, did it come in a good one here in the playoffs. All tied in the 4th with a berth to the Super Bowl on the line. Buckle up, everybody.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Fitzpatrick to throw it.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Washington on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. He gets it to Thomas. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, Fitzpatrick. And he slings one that's incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. Washington on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Fitzpatrick now. And that'll be complete to the running back, Gibson. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. They'll start on the ground with Breida. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Murray. To Connor on the check down. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throwing now is Murray. Eluding the pressure right. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. Taking it about the 16. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And that'll be incomplete. Antonio Gibson, the intended target, and it's third down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
On third down, Fitzpatrick. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
We say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Midge used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play fake. Murray rolling to his right. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Williams.
And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Connor.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look to grab a late lead. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Third and goal here, a big play brewing in this NFC title game.
To throw is Murray. Flushed out right. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Out out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Fitzpatrick. Pass complete. Thomas.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Fitzpatrick to throw.
That's Samuel, caught left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Fitzpatrick. He's going deep for Brown. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Jalen Thompson picks it.
Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Down to a knee.